What's poppin', world? I hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that bell so you get notification anytime I go live and anytime I post a video. If you've been here before and you know I'm about to put that fire out, go ahead and hit that like button so we can get to the algorithm and more people can see this content. And if any moment during this video you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And again, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're growing fast and I want you to be a part of this community. Let's get into this. Today, I want to pose the question of this, right? Do the nice guys always finish last, right? Do nice guys always finish last? Now, this has been going on for years, and many people have been talking about this. People on the internet are talking about it. And I just want to know, is this true, right? Is this true? Do nice guys always finish last? We're going to watch this clip, and then I'm going to break down as to whether this is true or not. Let's get into it.
With the idea that niceness is somehow a character deficiency. The contention of the conversation has heightened to the measure that it's turned into semantic silliness about kind versus nice and how they differ. Now, if you want to create your own interpretation based on perspective, then of course you'll be able to argue definition. But if you use a dictionary, nice and kind are the same thing. And the argument goes as thus: I don't like nice people because you can manipulate them. I don't like nice people because you can run them over. If that is your description of a nice person, then your assessment is completely inaccurate. That's not a nice person. That's a weak person. A weak person can be manipulated. A weak person can be ran over. All niceness and kindness speak to is consistency of politeness, consistency of chivalry, consistency of courtesy, which is actually a demonstration of strength. If you can maintain your poised, gentlemanly, or ladylike behavior amidst all of the chaos in the society we live in, that is in no way a weak attribute. So whenever I hear somebody say a person is too nice, I always say to myself, this individual doesn't understand love, because the Bible says love is kind and kind is nice. But regardless of the simplicity of that explanation, there are those who will debate it because there is no measure of niceness or kindness that will sober a person that is drunk on toxicity or inebriated on manipulation. If all they know is cruelty, then kindness looks dysfunctional to them. If all they know is nonsense, then niceness is a turnoff. People mistake niceness for weakness, test you, and then find out there's a killer on the other side of this kindness. I had a lady say to me, nice guys always finish last. I looked back at her and said, well, in a relationship with a woman, I thought that was a good thing.
All right, guys. So you saw that, you heard that. What are your thoughts on that, right? Do you feel like nice guys always finish last? Or are nice guys what or who women really want, right? I think that's a great question. I think when you initially hear the question, I think a lot of people will agree that nice guys will finish last, right? I think a lot of people agree with that, right? And a lot of people get the two words, they try to twist it, they try to say not nice but kind and so on and so forth. But as you said in the video, those definitions are very similar, right? Those definitions are very similar. And as he said also in the Bible, I believe it's in Corinthians, it said love is kind, right? As a matter of fact, I have it right here. 1 Corinthians 13:4 reads, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. I'll continue reading. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves, right? So that's what the Bible says love is, and kind is in there. And a lot of people conflate the two terms, right? When they think of nice guy, a lot of people think weak guy. But these are two different things, right? Nice and weak are two different things. Now, sometimes, or in a lot of cases, you get guys who are quote unquote nice and they are weak. Right. So I could see those two getting, bonded together. Right. I could see those terms getting bonded together in that sense, because you do have a lot of guys out here who are weak and they are extremely nice. Right. They are extremely nice. But there's a reason, there's a saying of don't take my kindness for weakness. Right. Don't take my kindness for weakness. And what that means is, I am nice. I am kind. But if you cross me, you will feel this wrath, right? You will feel the wrath. And my thing is this. There's nothing wrong with being nice. There's nothing wrong with being a nice guy. As long as you know when to cut it off and be stern, right? There's nothing wrong with being a nice guy as long as you know when to cut it off and be stern. Now, women typically try to take advantage of these quote unquote nice guys, right? And if he's a weak guy, also, she will be able to execute her plan and taking advantage of him, right? If he's also a weak guy. So, men, you want to avoid being a weak guy. It's cool to be a nice guy as long as you know when to turn that off and be stern. Now, you got a lot of guys making excuses out here, and they're saying, no, don't be nice. You got to be mean. You got to be stern to these women all the time. You got to be this. You got to be that. I tried that. It didn't work for me. Yada, 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 yada. You have a lot of guys saying they tried to take that nice path, and they're also saying they know guys who are nice and it didn't work out for them. Well, here's the truth. Here's the truth. The truth of the matter is this. Many of you guys out here who went that nice path or whatever you want to call it and it didn't work for you. And the a-hole, he got the woman. The a-hole was the guy who won. You lost, right? Because you was being nice. The a-hole won. The truth of the matter is this. For many men out there, you are not good, desirable men. I'm going to be honest with you. That's all it is. I'm going to just shoot it to you straight. You are not good, desirable men, right? Meaning the women or that particular woman, if it's happened to you, if it was one woman that moved that way on you or with you, you are not all that desirable. I'm going to just be honest with you. A lot of guys rate themselves very high, right? As far as being with them, their appearance, their trash, all these things about them, they rate themselves very high. And the fact of the matter is, many guys out here aren't who they think they are. Here's why I say that. If you are a good, desirable man, meaning women desire you, women want to be with you, right? You up there on the totem pole in the rankings of men. A woman is going to act right. Whether you nice, whatever case, she going to act right. All it takes for you one time to put her in a place or to check her. If she BSing or she trying to run game or she trying to hit you with these wild tests, just testing you out. All it takes is one, sometimes twice, for you to kind of set the record straight, and she's going to move accordingly. If you are this good, desirable man, even if you are being quote unquote nice, right? Because you should be nice. You should be nice. But if you're being nice and it's not working for you, she's going on to be with somebody else, you are not displaying enough masculinity, right? You are not displaying enough masculinity if she keeps on going. A lot of times they say the bad boys get the girls, women want bad boys. Well, the thing about it is this. A lot of times what women see in these quote unquote bad boys is masculinity. It's toughness. Okay, that guy can protect me, right? That's what they see in these quote unquote bad boys. So if you're a quote unquote nice guy, as long as you show her masculinity, right, and you check her whenever she's testing you or trying to get over whatever, if you check her on it, you will have her if you're a desirable man. If you are a desirable man, there's nothing wrong with being a nice guy. Now the society going to tell you, don't be a nice guy. Nice guys finish last. They're going to tell you all that. But if you are a masculine, desirable man, whether you nice or whatever else, women are going to cling to you. Women are going to cling to you. I had to ask my lady today. I said, babe, am I a nice guy? Would you classify me as a nice guy? She said, yeah, you're a nice guy. She said, but I could see some people seeing you as being mean or straightforward or serious. I could see others seeing you that way, but I would say you're a nice guy. I said, okay. I just wanted to ask, right? So again, you can be a nice guy and still win with the ladies. Trust me, I know. you can still be a nice guy and win with the ladies. I'm that guy that when people describe me, they say, man, he's the guy. He walks, he lights up the room. He speaks to everybody. He's hugging people. He's saying what's up. He's seeing how they doing. Da, da, da. Many will describe that as, oh, he's very nice. Right? But don't cross me. Don't cross me. It'll be the last thing you do. It'll be the last thing you do. But in a nutshell, again, there's nothing wrong with being a nice guy. Part of the definition of being nice is being agreeable. Right? Agreeable. Now, many would say this is a trait that they really don't want to see in men because you want to see women as being agreeable. I can understand that. But to a degree as a man, right? It's okay to be agreeable. And we all do it not knowing it, right? Just like if we spark up a conversation, we can start talking sports. And I might make a comment about a coach or a team or something like that. And you might not have much invested in it. You might be like, okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. You're being agreeable. You're not arguing. You're not arguing with me. You're just like, okay, I can see that. Or I can say it's a nice day. It's a nice day out here, man. It ain't bad. To you, you might be like, man, I'm ready for this day to end, or I don't really care for the weather today, but you might say, yeah, you're right, bro. Yeah, it ain't a bad day. You're being agreeable. It's just simple like that. You're being agreeable, or we could be eating some food. You might think it's all right. I might think it's banging. I might say, yeah, man, this is just good right here, man. Who made this? It's good. And you might be you might be thinking like it's just all right. But you might say, yeah, it ain't bad, man. It ain't bad. I agree, it ain't bad. You're being agreeable, right? That's part of the definition of being nice. Now, if you're agreeable to the point to where you ain't got no backbone, you totally disagree, but you just going with the flow of what I'm saying, then it can be problematic, right? Then it's like, this dude ain't got no backbone. I said that just to see what he was going to say. I disagree with it myself, but he agreed anyway. There's certain ways you can tell if somebody's just too agreeable, too nice, right? They, something crazy going on and it's wrong, and you kind of, hey man, this ain't bad. And the other person knows it's wrong and they still roll with it. So it's limits to it, guys. But there is nothing wrong with being a nice guy, as long as you know how to turn it off and you know when to be stern, right? You know when to be stern, right? But guys, don't listen to the nonsense going on out here telling you to be mean, be an a-hole, be this, be that, and that's how you get them. Be a bad boy. Now, I will say this. You got to have some type of edge now. Even as a nice guy, you want to have a little edge so they can kind of see you a man. Sometimes you got to let your nuts hang. But ain't nothing wrong with being a nice guy. Ain't nothing wrong with being a nice guy. I tell you what, God love it. God love it. You should love everyone and treat them as such. You should love everyone and treat them as such. But that's all I got for you guys today. Like this video, share this video, leave a comment in the comment section. I can be off on this. And subscribe to the channel, Speaks the Beast. We're growing fast. I want you to be a part of this community. Let's do it. We got big things coming up in the future. Let's do it together. And remember, guys, keep God first. And like I say on the wall, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. I love you all. Be blessed.